Good morning and good evening and good afternoon to those in between. And welcome back to another week of YouTube created news. I nearly said created breakfast again. I do that nearly every week. So I hope everyone had a great week as always. We're gonna. It's a little light on the news this week, but we've got some things to touch on. There's some interesting features announced as a greater rollout or something else that I think might pique a lot of people's interest. So we're going to cover those this week. Let's turn on all the things. Turn on all the things. They're all working. Yes, they're all working. Yeah. So I hope everyone had a great week. Let's jump in as always. See who's here and say good morning. I am looking, and yes, it looks like we're good to go. So now I've got to start clicking on the things. Here we go. Let's see who we got first. Monique is here, coming to us from Poland, here early pre-stream, and now also here live, of course. Welcome. Karen is here, Karen Cole, saying hello before the stream started, of course. Also, before the stream, we had Kevin Hawthorne, as always, coming to us from Lakeland, Florida. G'day to Veronica Evergreen, who's here about half an hour before the stream. Lee at Anfield Road out in the loft is here. We've got handles today. You probably have noticed by now. Now I'm bringing up some of these names. Creative Classroom is also here. Welcome. Larry Home Rapid Repair is here. Frankie YTAV. We're increasing the letters there. Also, Chantel Hills is here as always, and the one and only Eileen Smith is here, saying hello to all the beautiful people in the chat. So that's where we're up to, and I see Larry's already dropped a question, so I think we're going to jump in. This can be the icebreaker question for the day. So let's bring that up, making sure that's working. Just get the levels there. All right, question. Don't mess up with your news flow, but I tried the correction feature recently, and I think I messed up the timestamp format. Will the correction appear on screen? No, it doesn't appear on screen. It's one of the topics today. Oh, I did a video on it. Oh, I want to say it was like 1 to 2 years ago, somewhere in that range. I'm a little rusty myself, and I'm glad Renee Ritchie, the YouTube liaison, tweeted about it this week. I think we all need a refresher on it, so maybe we can look at that. I think we might have time for that today once we get through it. When we get to that portion of the news and the topics that I've got today, that is one of the topics. So we will we'll jump on that a little bit more directly. Maybe do some demos because we're ready. I can do the screen share. I can do the phone share. We're all set up like a normal. YouTube creating new stream, ready for an instant tutorial at any time. So yeah, I hope everyone's had a great week. I think we're going to jump into it in the next minute or so. Not too much other news I have for you today in terms of other than some of the things that we go through today. No streams come to mind as coming up later today, although I'm assuming that Nick and Dee might be back at the usual time today. I don't have confirmation of that yet, but we'll address that. We'll know hopefully close to the end of this stream if there's anything else popping up today. I did hear Roberto mention that his stream that he would normally do last night, Friday night, for channel reviews, he might do later today. So look out for that. That'll be Saturday night if he does it. He's looking at doing a stream on Monday as well, Monetization Monday. So if all his plans fall into plan, you could look forward to some of those streams that I know are possibly coming up over the next few days, the weekend and into the new week. Questions are good. And remember, for everybody, if you have a question, you can put a Q or type question. Both are good. Both get my attention. And you can put that in the chat. And as always, the show is always open for Q&A. What is the benefit of being tagged as a collaborator on a video from a very new channel? Less than 20 subscribers. Does it really matter? If anything, it's probably helping them a little bit more, to be honest. like if you seriously have collaborated with them, then I think at this point it's probably going to become etiquette to maybe, mark the collaboration officially. And I would only consider it a collaboration where you would mark it, but particularly with a different creator. I have thoughts about collaborating with yourself. If you have multiple channels and it makes sense, you could do that because you are effectively collaborating with yourself if the topics cross-pollinate each other or the video cross-pollinates both channels. But when it comes to like collaborating with another creator, if you have sat down and made a video that includes or in collaboration with another creator, then I think it's etiquette to, and it's going to be on your channel, it's etiquette to invite them. I don't think you need to invite someone who's, maybe you're just doing a mention. So I mention, so I do a video and I shout somebody out. I wouldn't do a collaboration for a shout out, but if they appear in your video, and they've previously agreed to appear in your video, so it's like it's been planned that way, I would certainly think that it would be good etiquette to mark that as a collaboration, invite the person to collaborate with you, or them inviting you to collaborate with them in terms of once a video is made and you've uploaded it, that you mark it accordingly. I've been playing around with the collaboration process just to see how it is, and I have some there's some clunkiness issues, a bit like we had last week with the public to members feature, which I'm going to talk about a little bit about as well. So that's something. In terms of, I'm going to put that up again because it's disappeared off the screen. There it is again. In terms of like, because of the new channels, in the sense that if you're a more established channel and you're collaborating with a relative new channel just because you want to collaborate with them, there's some reason for the collaboration. I don't think there's any benefit for you necessarily, but for them, there might be a benefit because that video is cross-pollinating. Now, if it's already on your channel, then it probably doesn't benefit you in any way other than giving them a shout out. It benefits them a little bit. I don't think there's really any benefit other than saying that this is an official collaboration. So, yeah, if anybody else can think of anything else they might want to like include in that, if it's something I haven't thought of. But I have been sort of testing collaborations this week, just between two of my channels, my main channel, this channel, and my mobile channel, because I do YouTube mobile content on there when I'm talking about shorts, features and stuff. So there's a handful of videos from each channel that I've invited myself to collaborate like in both directions. So you'll probably see some now if you look at my homepage going to collaborations. I've got a couple there with the Creator Classroom course, which I have done. They've been collaborations. Jennifer invited me to accept those collaborations. I did, of course, because we jumped on calls together, we recorded together. I also got some collaborations with my mobile channel in that same sort of shelf, the collaboration shelf. So they're now showing up there as well, and some videos specifically about mobile features for YouTube that I have done on this channel are now showing in the collaboration panel on my mobile channel. So a little bit of that going on. All right, I'm going to jump back into the chat. Karen's said, I tried the text thumbnail. It can only be changed through desktop and cannot change original, only add a new one and then start testing. Oh, with the testing the titles and thumbnails, that the thumbnail test. And cannot change the original, only add a new one and then start testing again. Yeah, it's a little tricky. Once it's finished, if it's in the middle of the test, it's testing all 2 or 3, depending how many you're testing. Then once the test is over, what usually happens is when the test is over, it'll just pick the first one as a default if there's no conclusive results. If there's a conclusive result, it will show the winner as the default thumbnail. Now, what you can do when you look at the test, if you decide it's telling me, oh, I'm getting some issues here in my saying YouTube's not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming, so we might get some buffering. So what I was saying was, yeah, once the test is finished, usually it'll say this is the one we're showing people at the moment, but there's not a conclusive result. but you can click and make one of the other ones the default. But if you go and do another test, you can do that as well. Yeah, and it can only be changed on desktop. That's right. And then you want to start testing again. Yeah, there's some things you can do from the test, but once you've looked at the test results and you go out, I'm not sure if you can go back in and then select one of the other of the 2 or the 3 that you have. But I did one the other day. I was in and checking a test result, and it had picked the first one because that was the first one put in there because there was no conclusive result. And I preferred the second one, so I selected the second one. And now it says excellent connection on my stream, so we should be good. So yeah, we might have had a bit of buffering a few minutes ago. Also saw the feature allowing live react on a Premiere. That's interesting. I have not seen that in the wild, so you might be one of the test channels. That I haven't seen. I never thought about it that way. I could look at a creator-related topics on Project Help Desk and tag myself. Yeah, the person who gave me that idea is Nick Nimmin. He some of his little clips from Nimmin Extra, he marked some of those as collaborations, and it says Nick Nimmin and Nimmin Extra as the channels that are collaborating. And I'm like, oh, yeah, that's a good idea. I like that idea. It gets some eyes, if the content's related, get some eyes from the bigger channel onto your sort of more smaller channel, and vice versa if the need is there. Another question. I actually do feature another creator in a video that's coming up. Her niche is completely different, but she filmed a few scenes for me. Wonder if I should tag that as a collaborator. Yeah, that's up to you. I think that's possible. You could, it obviously is a better fit if the audience is similar, but it doesn't have to be. Some of the people that Mr. Beast has done collaborations with are probably not in the exact same niche, although I think probably generally they're all sort of general entertainment. But yeah, so it's interesting. I think you can be flexible when it comes to that sort of thing. Excellent connection or excellent stream. True. It's only early days. We're only how far in are we? So we're 13 minutes in. I need to take a sip. All right. What we might do is jump in. I think we need to jump in.
Stay tuned for creator news.
Jumping in. Oh, someone found the mystery gift. I just saw it pop up. Let's get rid of that one. All right. As always, we like to start with Creator Insider. Just want to make sure that music was there. It was so low that I couldn't hear it, but I don't want it to be too loud for people. Yes, we got the Batman. We got the Batman this week. Mystery gift. I did change the soapbox to a new unique soapbox. So if I get on my soapbox later, feel free to test the soapbox one out. All right, this week's Creator Insider, we had some expansion / launches, and then some reminder stuff. I'm probably going to only touch on mainly on the first 2, but I'll read them all off here. There's an expansion of voice replies. We're going to touch on that. We're going to talk about that. Ad-supported courses, and I will talk about why they refer to it as ad-supported courses. There's some visual this is more of a viewer thing, but there was visual updates to YouTube. You may have already seen the YouTube player. You might be looking at it right now, particularly on desktop in different places. The new sort of more rounded, even more rounded UI on the player and so forth. We're not going to talk about the UI so much. Tagging group products. We're going to touch on that for just a second. And they also did like a reminder about the channel insight sharing setting, which we talked about a few months ago. We're not going to touch on that again. It was just like hey, remember this thing? It's here. So, that happens. That happens. Let's go to the next page, please. All right. So here's a big recap. Now, what I'm finding, I don't know if it's like the time of year or something, but I'm not getting as many of the usual sort of social media sort of news reporting type people, journos, whatever you want to call them, on X or Threads or whatever, actually posting as much. And so So some people weren't even like posting recaps of Creator Insider this week, which I was sort of a little surprised about. But I did. I'm getting in the habit. I'm like dropping them in YouTube posts. I'm dropping them in Threads. I'm dropping them in X. I'm dropping them in LinkedIn. And I'm going to start dropping them in Reddit as well this week. So yeah, I'm expanding my platforms for sort of YouTube related news. Here we go. So just to recap, I recapped it in a little bit more information here. Big news for creators: YouTube is expanding voice replies, letting more of you respond to comments with your voice. This is a creator only feature. Like people can't generally reply to videos with that. Viewers and other commenters can't reply to each other with voicemails. Only the creator that can reply with the voicemail. So there's not going to be any, like, hopefully nasty stuff in audio going on. Because I don't know why a creator would do that on their own channel. But you never know. So we'll talk a little bit more. We've got dedicated information coming up. It's now available to hundreds of thousands of creators on Android and iOS. And to date, the last time I checked, I don't have it. So it's not everybody yet, but it's an expansion, as they mentioned in Creator Insider. Courses are now available to more creators with advanced features access. So that's like, if you've got advanced features, I think that's most creators who are active should have advanced features. So we'll talk more about what that entails, what's in that. I'll have more information. We can go deeper if you want. I've got some peripheral information. If you have questions on that, we'll talk about that when we get to it. And then the rest of it, the visual updates, which is rolling out on desktop, mobile, smart TVs, modernized save flows, improved watch player, and refreshed video subscriptions. And then the group product tagging, which we mentioned just now as well. All right, let's talk about voice replies. I think the two that we're going to talk about this week, particularly the voice replies and courses, because I think there's going to be people interested in the courses section, that people are going to be interested in voice replies. The experimental voice replies feature is now expanding to a few 100,000 subscribers on both Android and iOS, so it's a mobile-only feature with plans to further expansion this year. So even more people are going to get it between now and the end of the year. Creators can now create a voice reply using YouTube Studio Mobile in addition to your YouTube main app. So some people do their comments on their Studio app. Some people do it like on the video itself. So you'll be able to do it in both places, which is interesting. Now we could probably, let's jump in. Oh, hang on. I'm on the wrong, let me just change this real quick. I'm just getting this ready just in case we want to jump in, but I don't have it. I'm just going to double check that I don't have it. No. No, because it should be on either Studio or the main YouTube app. Yeah, I don't have it, so I can't do a demo yet. Let's jump over to the second one. Some information from it. Creators can now create a voice reply using YouTube Studio Mobile or the YouTube main app. What you can do is navigate to one of your videos via the YouTube app, find a comment you want to respond with. I'm gonna like mirror the instructions on my phone, and if it works, I'll let you know, but I don't think they're gonna work. Okay, so I want to go to one of my videos. I've got to go to my channel. I'm not pulling this up for now because I don't think it's working, but we're going to use this as an opportunity to check. So let's go to my most recent video and open that up.
Wise could say.
And make sure the video doesn't play. You probably heard that for a second there. Okay, so there's some comments here. What should happen is if I tap on a comment and tap reply, then what I should have is like an audio waveform, which looks a little bit like that green one in the side. That's a little bit stylized. I don't have it here yet. I can do the reply with a video, which is like a shorts feature, which has already been kicking around for a while, but I don't have the audio yet. So then you can record it, tap the sound wave icon, record a reply, then post it as a comment. Now, voice replies can only be left by creators on their own channel via the main app or the Studio mobile app. All viewers and creators can engage with these comments. So everybody, once that's posted, not just the person you're replying to, but anybody who's like going through the comments can listen in to that voice reply. and then they can actually reply with a text. They can't reply with voice. The maximum duration for a voice reply is 30 seconds. So you've got to keep it prompt. Creators will be able to listen and re-record their voice reply in case you make a mistake or you run out of time, you need to redo it so you can fit it in the 30 seconds. You'll have the ability to listen to it and check it and then redo it if necessary. This feature aims to enable more meaningful relationships between creators and their audiences. It's a little bit more personal if the creator leaves you a personal voice reply rather than just a text, which is good. It's pretty good if when a creator drops you a short reply. Not a lot of people doing that. I've done that on a few items where I might need to like demo, say this, I can't get this thing to work. Can you show me how? Can you make a video? In case instead of making a dedicated video of this really quick, I actually go and make a short and upload that as a reply through the reply process. So that is something that I have done. I'm just gonna look at what we've got going on in the chat so far because there are some questions and whatnot. Okay, now Kara's asking about the live react. It says only issue it asks you to pick a creator to do a live react, so I assume they can only do it if I am live. That's right. They're reacting to you live, so it's like. So you imagine this is a use case for the live react feature, which they must be starting to test in certain locations or with certain creators. It doesn't have a proper rollout yet, but I expect it's coming later this year. What happens is a use case would be like if you're watching, say somebody's broadcasting an event on YouTube, like a concert or a sporting event or something. That's like there's a proper legitimate live stream from that, the people who own the copyright, they're streaming it and they make it available for people to react to. So what happens is while they're live, someone can start their own stream and react to your stream. So their stream will be in the corner and the stream will be you and it will be you on your stream, but their stream will be playing in the corner legally allowed because it's a YouTube feature. So it's that type of thing. Assume they can only do it if I'm live. Yeah, so they can only react to you by live. Like people can like get your video and record a react video, but then it's not using it. This is not an official. That's not an official feature. That's just you making a react video. Generally, this is like a live react, which is going to be a specific feature on YouTube. So it's set up to. They're setting this up to be like a live thing. So absolutely. Amazing yacht destinations in the house. Good evening. The add-on video on mobile is ridiculous. It took me ages to find the comments to add a comment on the mobile. Yeah, mobile can get a bit tricky on some certain things. Some things are very, some things they probably don't get a lot of use because the users can't find them because they're like buried. And if you don't know it's there, you don't know to go looking for it. Larry said, I've checked voice reply on both YouTube app and Studio. I don't think I'll have it. Yeah, it looks like it's still very limited in the sense that I don't have it. And evidently you don't have it either. Because I bet it's not on brand accounts. You never know. You could be right. It could be one of those random things. Oh, Peggy was in Ireland. Well, that's fair. I don't know where everybody else is. Maybe everybody else was there at a Google Expert event as well. Matt Navarro is based in the UK, so he reports on stuff. I don't think he had anything this week. He might have had some stuff. But yeah, you could be right. They could all be at some sort of event. Can you pre-review the subscriber community comments? The one where they can leave. Yeah, you can set up moderation settings where you might need to hold everything and approve every single one if you wanted to, so it doesn't automatically post. Yeah, you can. That is one of the setting options for that. When I had mine on, I had mine set to. The settings aren't like this quite the same as like a comment, but they're similar. So you can say hold all for review. They don't go live till you review it, but you could have them go up and then you can go into the back end of YouTube, particularly on desktop. You could go into where the comments are and click on the what did they call that? I don't even know what they called it. It's because you got the tab with the comments, and then you got mentions, and then you've got the one for the communities. But they called it something specific. But anyway, there's a tab there. You can go in and it will show you all the post responses. They probably call it like post responses or something like that. Yeah, I thought I heard something about a transcript for voice recording, but I'm not sure. So yeah, we'll have to look into that one. I don't do short replies because it's such a convoluted. It is a convoluted. Unless you can, if you're just recording like a straight reply, like an audio reply, then it's easy. But if you have to show them something, then I like I've got to screen record my phone, and then I'll edit that down so that it's like coherent and short, and then I'll upload it maybe with me with a quick intro from me saying, "Oh, here's the answer. I'll show you how to do it now," and then. You know, it's been edited. Like I open up the screen recording in VN and edit it real quick, and then export it, and then upload it via the reply to a comment with a short. I don't do that all the time because it is time consuming. But generally, I could just like get on the camera and record like an audio response, but with my picture, and do that as a short reply as well. Karen will definitely use the voice reply feature when she gets it. Excellent. Why can't we do it in studio? I think it should be like, yeah, it should be available in both. But yeah, all the short stuff's only in the main app, but they're allowing the voice reply feature to be in both. I'd love the short reply feature to be on desktop as well. It's like I can just like pull up my microphone. I'm doing comments on my desktop. Boom, boom, voice record, simples. Let's see. Anything else here? A lot of community is very weird and clunky. I agree, and they surface it as such a weird things. Yeah, I turned mine off. It wasn't bringing any benefit. I was just I had a few comments here and there, and then it's very quiet on a chat. Maybe because channel my size, whatever. It was just fairly quiet. All right, let us move on because we have more. Let's talk about courses, shall we? What do you reckon? All right. YouTube is expanding ad-supported courses. Now, the reason why it's called ad-supported is because basically they're free courses, and when they're watching the course videos, there'll be ads, mid-roll ads, all that. It'll be like watching a normal video. They'll get ads. So it's ad-supported. Because later they're going to roll out paid courses at some point, and that'll be different. And then obviously there won't be any ads to interrupt. It'll be a paid access. So they'll pay a fee. YouTube gets cut. You get a cut. And so it'll be a good way to make some money. So once you've got some courses, and you could definitely use YouTube to paywall them if it's like a paid course. It's bringing unique value. It's not a video that you're making available everywhere else on your channel. It's just in that course format. Dedicated course, then down the road you'll be able to like sell it, access to it. They'll be able to pay X number of dollars and get access to your course. So everybody who has advanced features should be getting access. Now I got it this week, so I have it. I haven't tested it out yet, but I've been sort of reading up on it. The team hopes to expand to even more creators in the future, which I don't know why they would give a feature like that to people who don't have advanced features enabled. I would have thought that would be a good level. But anyway, courses allow viewers to move beyond individual videos and enjoy a more structured and effective learning environment. Now, earlier this week, it was the day before Creator Insider, so I didn't know they were going to do the announcement. I saw this and I took a screenshot and I posted it on X. It looks like courses might be rolling out to more channels on YouTube. Boy, was I right. Very next day, Creator Insider came out with a video. Is my next? Do I have another? Yes, I do. I do have another one. I thought so. I thought, where's all the information? Here's all the information. YouTube courses are expanding. Creators with access to advanced features can now turn regular playlists into structured learning experiences. Wonder if I've heard that before. This is a game changer for educational content on the platform. For viewers, YouTube Courses offers a premium learning experience. You get a special course badge, progress tracking, a completion badge when you're done, a dedicated Your Courses section in your library. Creators get powerful new tools with courses. You can now access specific analytics for each course to track views, watch time, and revenue. See exactly what's helping your audience learn. Boost engagement with interactive features in courses. You can also add quizzes to your videos to test knowledge, enable a course level discussion section. So be a dedicated comment section just for people who are doing your course. So the community can connect, ask questions, and share success stories. That's pretty cool. Are you ready to get started? Keep in mind that creating courses I've got this covered up by my on-screen display here. Courses and adding videos is currently desktop only feature, so you can only create the courses on desktop in the YouTube Studio, of course. And if you change your mind, you can easily switch a course back from a course to a standard playlist if that's something you want to do. Yeah, courses are based on playlists. So if you put videos into a playlist, you can turn that into a course, just like you could turn it into a podcast. But it becomes like a special playlist in the sense that it becomes available with all these extra features that make it a course. There are extra rules, which I don't have written down here, but there are extra rules around it. I recommend there's a support link there. And did I get that ready to show or to paste? I did not. But if anybody's after that, just message me later and I can point you to the courses section, or you could Google YouTube help and then courses or something like that. It'll come up. It's in the YouTube help section where it'll walk you through all the features of courses, give you all the rules, eligibility, and all that. So now I've put a poll in the chat about courses. It says, will you likely ever use YouTube Courses feature? Now, I mean this as a creator. Will you ever use the Courses feature to set up a course for your viewers to do, whether you do it now while it's ad supported, or you do it later when you put it behind a paywall, make it a paid course so people have to pay to access a course? Will you use it in any type of format in the near future? And I'd like to say good morning to Livestream Consultants. Good morning. Good morning. Good to see you here. So yes, so you are correct that the courses do seem like a playlist. That's like their basic structure, in a sense. Yeah, and yeah, so yeah, like a podcast can be surfaced in YouTube Music. Courses have additional options to make it a course with all the other perks. I think that's pretty cool. I'm looking forward to doing it, but I want to do it properly. I want to make sure that I make dedicated content for the course. The course has to be at least 3 videos, I believe, and there are some other conditions. It has to teach people something. It can't be just like a playlist of videos. It has to teach people something. So it's gonna predicate to channels that do teach something or talk about something where it's like something's teachable, whether it's a how-to or teaching a skill of some type, or teaching knowledge of some type. All right, let's quickly talk about shopping tags, because that's the other one. Oh, I've got a typo there. Look at that. This new feature allows for multiple product variations, like different sizes or colors, to be offered for a single product tag. So you don't have to tag. Say you're doing a t-shirt and you're tagging it as a product on, say, a short or something. You don't need to go tag like small, medium, large, extra large, extra large, red, blue, green, red, purple. I said red twice. Example, instead of tagging specific shoe size of 11, creators can now tag a brand of shoe as a group product. So it'll take them to the page and then they can see all the color and size options that are available for that particular product. I have a second page for this. So Renee, it was encouraging people to tag on shopping. and linked, and in this case, linked to the YouTube shopping affiliate tagging guidelines, which is a new thing. So there's a dedicated article for that. If you are in YouTube shopping, of course. Not all of us are. All right, let's talk about something we talked about last week because you know, things happened. More announcements this week saying that, reminding us that public to members only live streams are now here. We're rolling out a new way to switch your public live streams to members only. Now you can easily create special members only content and deliver even more benefits for your channel members. And so we tested at the end of last week's live stream. And then I put out a video about it because it wasn't as seamless as YouTube makes it out to be. And there were some issues. And so I posted this video and I called it, "Don't use YouTube's members only live feature yet." And you can see it's like the public logo to members, the members only. They like to use the star with the circle. So yeah, so if you haven't seen that video yet, it's particularly helpful if you weren't one of the handful of people that were like in the members side stream where we went through and I talked about for the first 15 minutes or so after that stream reverted to a members only stream where I talked about all the issues I had with the thing changing over, and I went and broke it down in that dedicated video. I don't even remember all the points now. I did that video early in the week, and I thought I need to get this out because this is like a hot breaking item, and it is not as seamless as they meant it to be. And even in the last 24 hours, Neil Mohan, the CEO of YouTube, tweeted about the feature as well, and I had to jump in and say, I don't know if your staff have told you, but this is not as smooth as your team are making it out to be. It's got some issues, and I linked my video. So I'm hoping Neil sees that because I would like them to fix those issues to make it a better product for creators to use. I think I'm now starting to get on my soapbox. And so I linked that video. I tweeted back and I said, "Hey, you know, this feature it's like I think the premise is great. I like the premise, but it is just so clunky, and the soapbox is in full effect." Woo. All right. So yes, we had issues with monetization getting turned off. We had issues with it ending not only ended the stream, but it ended the streaming from Ecamm. It told Ecamm that the stream had ended, so Ecamm stopped. So I had to restart it and get it to pick up the members only stream so I could get back in there and talk to the members who were there waiting for me. So there was a bit of a gap there, an issue with that. There was a couple other things that happened. So yes, public to members only live stream is not worth your time right now. It is clunky, and I think if you're a less experienced live streamer, it's going to throw you for a loop. It's gonna mess you around. It is not working well with encoders. So they need to come up with a solution. They need to come up with a solution. That's all I have to say. So all I have to say is if you haven't already seen that video, go watch it. It's on the channel. All right, let's talk about this. And this is sort of obvious because you probably noticed it because you've been in the chat. It looks like YouTube's testing the handles in chat. I think this is the first time I've had it on any of my streams. Back when they were testing it before, I think the times that I did stream in that period, I was still getting channel names, but now I'm getting handles. This is the first time I've had handles, if I recall, that I can recall. Maybe I did, but I stream every week and you think I'd remember. So I'm getting like an uptick of viewers on my video about handles in live chat that I did a few months ago. I'm getting an uptick this week, and I know I'm getting an uptick because I get comments about it because people get ticked off. They're ticked off, or some people are happy. Some people say, "Oh, this is awesome." Some people are like, "I don't know who these people are in there. I don't recognize them because their handle's different to their channel name." And so, the usual things. The usual things are going on. All right, I'm gonna quickly look at get caught up on the chat before we move on. I thought I just needed that quick handles one just to sort of settle down after the soapbox. Karen says, if I go into notification comments, I don't have the choice but to leave a video reply. And only if I go into my video and go into comments, like you play my, yes. Yes. Yeah, you can't, anytime you like get to a comment via the notification, you don't have access to any of those other, like reply to a comment with a short, reply to a comment with a audio and a voice reply. I don't think they work in either direction. You have to actually go to the video in both cases to do either of those. That would be like a YouTube banner course. YouTube banner course. Yeah, we could do YouTube banner course. Video 1. What is a YouTube banner? Okay. Let's see. Just go. I thought it was a fantastic video. Excellent. Thank you. Yeah. I like to get my thoughts coherently down and remember what I did. This is interesting video prep that I haven't done before. So let me take you behind the scenes. I had the stream recordings, of course, because they're on YouTube. So I downloaded last week's live stream and the members only one that followed afterwards because it's two separate files. So I downloaded those. I cut them down to like the very end of the first stream to where we set it up and we did the thing, and then all the members stream. I had some thoughts that I remembered straight away. So what I did is I opened up Gemini, and then I voice dictated some of my thoughts about the feature. And then I also said, hey, I'm uploading this short video where this happened, for some more context. And then I uploaded the members only video, say, this is the part of the video in the members only section where this happened and where we talked about things. And it actually collated all the information together and gave me like the main points, and even some that I'd forgotten about because it picked it up from the video, and it actually put it together in a coherent way that I could then take that and turn that into like my notes, my script for the video, which is then what I recorded, and then I just had to edit it down and throw in some visuals and stuff, and hey, the video ready to upload. And I actually really enjoyed that process because it wasn't like I wasn't available in the studio to do it. It wasn't available for me at the particular time that I was ready to do it. So I just recorded it with, with a background going, and away we went. And so enjoy. The biggest issue was how it broke all the connections with the streaming software. Yeah, that was a pain. Absolutely. Especially if you have to use a streaming software to stream to be able to do that. That's right. That's right. People are hitting the... Anybody notice this thing that keeps popping up on the screen? Like really small here, up the top. I hear moving my mouse over it, but you can't see my mouse. Placed a little chink in the background, a little subtle noise. Anytime anybody mentions the word YouTube in the chat, that's when it pops up. So if somebody mentions YouTube, I think that's what it is. Somebody mentions YouTube. Did somebody say YouTube? Yeah, somebody said YouTube. People are mentioning YouTube. Let me get caught up on the chat. Mr. Nimmin Live. Mr. Lemon Live. We got a new name for it, Mr. Nimmin Live. Let's have a look. It is the Mr. Nick Nimmin at 10 past the hour. Nimmin Live has returned. Same bat time, same bat channel. So in 55 minutes, Nick will be going live. Probably back in the studio with D, I'd imagine. I had handles once or twice before. Maybe I did. I just couldn't recall. At the moment, it is easier and cleaner to redirect to a private stream. Yeah, I think I need to do some testing just to make sure that which one is better. Because I said in my video that would be better, but at one point, but I prefer YouTube to fix their feature. But yeah, it's I believe it would work. They just can't make up their minds for handles. True. I'm hoping that this time, because they're retesting it, that this is like, now we're going to sort of roll it out proper to everybody, and then people can tag people in mobile. So I'm hoping that's the case. SMA Sky is here. Hi, everybody. A lot of people don't like change. Well, that's true. That's true. That is very true. A lot of people don't like change. That's why I'm glad my handle matches my drapes. I mean, my channel name. Every commenter today has handles matching channel name. Yes, as creators, we sort of know the value of making sure it's as closely matching as we can possibly get it. So, and I love that. But I have seen chats where the handle is completely different to the channel name. I think it's observed that you can't reply with shorts or things via notification. Why does YouTube force us to open up our own video to go to comments, to find the comment and to reply? That's my soapbox. Well, that's a fair soapbox to be on. Because I think, yeah, because it's opening up a form of comment section, so why not? SMS5 says, I don't know if I'll do a course. It doesn't looked at different than normal playlists. Other than being labeled a course, I could possibly do some basic. Yeah, I need to do some testing, but there are supposed to be additional features once people are in the course. There's a dedicated comment section. There are polls that you can add. There are progress and completion badges. I'm trying to remember what the other one was. We just talked about it. Talked about 10 minutes ago. People are talking. So for some, more in-depth ones would make sense as members only. Yeah, I don't know if you can, if they've set up any sort of paywall, because they are going to make, and this is why they've called it in their advertising this week, or in their communications. Let's call it communications. They called it ad-supported courses, which means that ads play on the videos when you're watching them. So there does look very much more like a playlist at this stage, but they will be rolling out paid courses at some point in the future. So they will be rolled in a different way, where you don't have to be a member to do it, but it would just be a course that you would pay for separately. There's a fee on it. YouTube probably gets a cut, then the creator gets their cut, gets paid out through AdSense, the usual thing. But I think that there's a possibility, like you say, maybe you can make a Flagger course as a members course. So it can be one of the perks of being a membership is you get access to this particular course on X, Y, or Z. I think that is smart, and I do like that. Okay. LOL, Mabel tagging if only. Please. Please. Lee's Boring Life says, YouTube needs to stop adding feature after feature and get on to fixing the scam comments and more streamlined process for fighting false copyright claims. Copyright claim process is broken. Well, they've got so many different teams that they can still be developing features in certain aspects, like maybe copyright's complex. That's going to take legal, and I don't know what teams work. There's probably a dedicated copyright team that deals with copyright stuff. So that's action that they have to take, but that doesn't affect the work of somebody who may be like developing, say, live streaming tools. That's like a whole different department. It's not like there's 5 people in YouTube and they're all like juggling all the different things all together. There's like dedicated people for doing, partner communications and team YouTube and something they call product, which is basically product features, different features that they're rolling out. So I think you can do I think they can do multiple things at once, but it does. I do see people, particularly on Reddit in particular, say things like that, and on other places where people comment, where creators comment, where viewers comment, say, well, why can't YouTube just slow the roll and fix something else? Sometimes things are very complicated. Like I think the copyright claim, I agree that there's copyright claim issues, there's false claims, there's different things. There's a lot of things they need to iron out there. But I don't think that's everybody else's responsibility. Like the copyright people, Neil Mohan needs to make that the priority. Product team, other people who run the copyright teams, they certainly need to make that process, make that like something that they need to look at. And I think they would be getting feedback constantly through the creator liaison and passing that on to the different teams when issues like this. Now, what I take issue with is something like public to members only live streams getting rolled out. I think it's been rolled out prematurely. So they rushed it out because they've announced it made on YouTube, and like, we need to keep the features coming. We need to keep everything we announced. We need to get it out the door. sooner rather than later, which I understand. But if it's not ready, then hold off, because you know you've got so many other things you're rolling out like into 2026. So it doesn't matter if something is delayed until the new year or whatever, if you can get it working properly. And so I hope they do that with public to members only live streams, because they did break that thing. There's a question here. Where is the thing in YouTube Studio where you can recommend a feature or something? Just about anywhere on YouTube. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Okay, first thing I need to do is actually go in the studio. So let me get in there first. And I'll just get it. It doesn't really matter where I go. You can be out on main YouTube actually. You can be anywhere on YouTube, on desktop at least. Say you're on desktop. Then what you can do, like I'm going to need to move my head, because where I need to show you is right underneath there. So let me just move my head. All right, I moved my head. So if you go over and just click on the profile picture and go to send feedback, you can do this at any point on YouTube, whether it's in studio, whether it's on a watch page, whether it's on the subscriber feed, wherever it is on YouTube, you can click that and go down, send feedback. Okay, let me put my head back before I jump away from the screen share. All right, there I'm back. What we'll do is we'll go back to this one. Oh, hang on, that's the plain one. That one. There we go. There we go. Okay, so if you're on mobile, for example, let's look at mobile. There's my iPhone screen. There it is. So if you're on mobile, if you click your profile picture down in the bottom right, that's at the bottom right, and then at the top you got the cog. Once you do that, click on the cog. And if you scroll all the way down to the help and policies, you can see this second one here is send feedback. So you can do it that way as well. And the best thing to do on either mobile or desktop when you're doing the send feedback is if you click on, you know what, the music stopped. Let me just get that. I hit play again. Yeah, it's playing now. I noticed that the music was going up here. So make sure you're on the page that you want to send feedback about, whether it's a video or whatever on that, because when you click feedback, you have the opportunity to take a screenshot of the page that you're currently on and to give feedback on that feature. So be on the thing that you want to give feedback on as best you can, and then send feedback. So you can do that with a particular, if you're using a particular feature or just generally a layout of a watch page or anything like that, you can do that. Let me get out there. Now, we were on handles, weren't we? We were on handles. Yeah, I think you could possibly be correct. I'll be, if it's a different split, I'd be surprised. But yeah, so they seem to sort of default that to, you know, because of, you know, they're doing the processing, they're handling the money for you. Australians overwhelmingly say Z, which is traditional common pronunciation. However, younger generations sometimes say Z due to American influence. Yeah, if we're watching like a lot of American content on TV, we might like slip into Z, but we're taught Z in schools. You know, even Canadians say Z. The scam misinformation videos and streams bother me. I think they're a concern for everybody if they come across your path. I know they're working on medical misinformation. I hope science is next, but it can be tough with topics like that. True. I know with like obvious pseudoscience sort of things and like flat Earth and stuff. Every video where it even mentions that, they put the disclaimer, the Wikipedia disclaimer under the video for some of those types of topics. My head is too large for the screen. This one I keep bumping it, and if I move this way a little bit more, I cut it off. Karen says, I got a question here from YouTube asking what would improve my experience. Yeah, I get those popping up from time to time when I'm on the platform. Sometimes I fill them in, sometimes I skip them. Just depends on if I'm busy or not at the time. It's always good to give some feedback every now and then, and I do that. Hang on. Let me get this in order. I wish we could reply to comments with shorts or things via notifications. Yes, As it's now, YouTube forces us to open up our own video to go to comments, to find the comment, to reply when it essentially ruins the experience to reply for sure. Yes. And that's what I sent. Perfect. Yeah, I agree. I agree. A cacophonous cat says, wait, the earth isn't flat? Depends who you ask. It depends who you ask. All right, we've got a couple more things. Now, this is something that somebody mentioned at the start. I can't remember who it was, so apologies. Corrections. Renee Ritchie, the YouTube liaison, dropped a short this week telling people, hey, there's this feature where you can actually do corrections on your videos. And he says, have you got a mistake in your video? Add a correction. And he walks you through it on the short. And here's the points here. Sign into YouTube Studio. From the left menu, select content. Click the video you'd like to edit. Click details. In the description, start a new line of text and type correction : or corrections : So if you only got one correction, you just type correction. If you've got more than one correction, type corrections : Go to a new line. Add a timestamp like you're doing a chapter that corresponds with the beginning of the error in your video. Next to the timestamp, add a text explanation, not exclamation, of your correction. Repeat on new lines for additional corrections. So if you have more than one correction at different timestamps, then you can add them in sequence at the top, put in the timestamp for each correction with the explanation. That'll create an info icon on a screen during your video, and if a viewer clicks on it, it will take them to the nicely formatted correction text on your description. And then I reply tweeted and says that this is one of the least known features that YouTube has had for years now. And now I covered it a year or so back in a video along with other little known features. I think I did 5 things or 6 things, YouTube features that people don't know about, and that was one of them. So you can go check that video out on my channel. I think it was 5. It was one of my rare forays into listicles. Do I have a third screen for corrections? Look, no. Now, talking about corrections, let me show you what a correction looks like. I just got to remember which of my videos actually has a correction. Some of my older content has corrections. So let me just go find one. It's where something has changed on YouTube and I had to go and drop a correction because the video has incorrect information. And it goes back. Oh, by the way, yeah, the video that I was talking about, I brought it out, just over a year ago, August 2024. The title is 6 YouTube Tools You Probably Never Used, I think. And the thumbnail is 6 Unheard of YouTube Features for Creators. It's like a 7-minute video, and I go through this. And one of those 6 is corrections, as a spoiler. I think I might have put a correction on this one. Let me have a look first. If I put a correction on this one, this will be good. No, I didn't. That one doesn't have a correction. I don't know why I thought that one had a correction. I didn't plan ahead. Oh, look, I did a video. Here's a feature that never saw the light of day that I did a video on middle of last year. Community notes. Who remembers when they're talking about doing community notes? Where you can fact check people, like a fact checking community notes. Whatever happened to that? YouTube? Whatever happened? Anyway, let me continue on. I'm looking for a video where I had to do a correction. I have to go back a little bit because it's usually a time thing. And I'm thinking I had some on maybe gifted memberships because they changed some stuff with how to do gifted memberships. But I don't remember. I'm just looking real quick. See if I can find one. Let me have a look. Gifted memberships beta. Does this have corrections? No. I can't find it. I don't remember which of my videos have corrections. It'll come to me later. I won't drag it. I won't drag it out. Let's go on. And this is the last bit. This is sort of something I've just seen posted this week. YouTube creators account on X dropped another sort of infographic on some more myths that are busted. So I grabbed it. And I thought I'd read through it real quick with you. First myth is you need long videos to make an impact. And they say quick hits can deliver big value. Not sort of as these aren't real like detailed and give explanations. This is just like quippy. We'll say quippy. Quippy's a word. Quippy responses. Quick hits can deliver big value. In other words, you know, shorts have value. Shorts don't help long-term growth. Shorts bring in new viewers who stick around for more. And what that means is they stick around for more shorts. So if you're doing shorts consistently and you drop shorts and they subscribe, they'll come back and watch more shorts. Makes sense. I have to post daily to grow. That's an old chestnut. Quality over quantity. A steady schedule beats burnout. And I have to agree with that one. I need extensive gear to succeed. A phone and good lighting is enough. Creativity is greater than the camera. I would agree to a point, but don't forget the audio is important. So you might be a cell phone camera, but at least make sure you're using a microphone, a decent microphone, and not just like the mic on a phone. Although the mic on some of the latest phones is still pretty good, depending on the phone. Having like a nice little wireless mic or a plug-in mic for your phone, even if you're filming on your phone, is beneficial. But yeah, you don't need, you know, I think having reasonable lighting is good too, whether you're using the sun or you've got a couple of lights set up and you're not sitting in the dark, because that doesn't make for a good video. So I just thought I'd throw that one in there, just to break it down a bit. That's, you know, not the one I wanted either. There we go. Everything's rolling. Let's jump back into the chat. Let's see what we've got going on. Yeah, so yeah, it would have taken me too long to find a video that had a correction example. I know I've got a handful, but I just don't know which videos they are off the top of my head. I wish we could add a correction as a video inside the video. Yeah, back in the day, just before I started doing YouTube, they had a thing called annotations, which you could pop up like little things over the video after the fact. And, you know, Ollie says, I've never seen a correction on someone's video except for videos talking about how to use corrections feature. Yeah, it's like I don't see them anywhere. And you don't really, and they're very hard to notice, because what you have to do is you'll see like up in the corner where you get like the info cards pop up. Sometimes it's like the video that I just mentioned or the thing I just mentioned is popping up there. But it could also be, hey, right at this point of the video, we're popping up the eye because there's a correction here. And then you have to like click on it and it will open up in the sidebar on the video. If you're on desktop, it'll open up in the sidebar. I can't remember how it opens up. I think it opens up somewhere below the video on mobile. If I can figure out what video I have it on, I'll show you. So what I'll do is, while I keep going through these comments, I'll just start scrolling on my mobile phone and looking for an older video where I would have done a correction. Okay. Okay, so I've used correction timestamp. It only pops up for viewers very quickly. Yeah, because it pops up, and it's only that little info thing. Like, so it doesn't pop up anything on the screen other than a little info bubble at some point. So if I can, I gotta keep scrolling to find it. If I find one, I will pull it up. Yeah, well, community notes on Twitter is often abused just for someone to disagree with the post. Yeah, and they were going to entrust it to like, they were going to like pick, like they were going to outsource it, or they were going to do something. It wasn't going to be like anybody could fact check anybody. The way YouTube were going to do it, but yeah, it probably was too complicated for them. I like the remix feature, or something that I saw recently where you could add content to an existing content. Yeah, there's a couple of shorts ones. One is extend to AI, extend with AI, which they talk about made on YouTube, and I hadn't had it up until I noticed I had it today. And I've created one which I was going to show you, and I nearly forgot, which I'll do. I'll get caught up on the chat and still scroll through and see if I can find a video that I put a correction on. Doug, you could use the feedback section for YouTube. Yes. True. What is the shortest length long form video the platform allows? Oh, seconds? I don't know, a couple of seconds? Because if it's horizontal, it's going to be counted as a regular video. It could be 5 seconds. It could be 2 seconds. I don't know why you would upload a video that short, but hey. Yeah. So the shortest length horizontal video, because they won't, even though they're short, they're not getting picked up as shorts because they're horizontal. Chantel misses annotations. Talking about camera lighting, I see so many fashion beauty influencers with poor lighting and hundreds of thousands of subscribers and views. That's right. So it goes to show that lighting isn't everything, but it is good to have some, as long as people can see what they're supposed to be seeing. You know, you don't have to light it like a professional studio. If it was too short, it may get listed on the short shelf. That's interesting, because I haven't seen it happen, and I haven't heard anybody talking about it happening. So yeah, if that's happening, that's interesting. I don't like it when YouTube tells me how many swiped away on a short. True. I have an answer for that. I don't look at the stats on shorts. I look at views and that's it. Yeah, people do abuse Twitter notes, post their opinions, other spam. Most of the time, if you disagree with someone on X or Twitter, then just reply to them, respectfully disagree, you know. That was my understanding, yes. I've clicked on normal video, YouTube videos with a proper thumbnail only to discover it was a vertical format video. Poor. Now, if it's an older video, that was more than 1 minute long before they made 3-minute shorts a year ago, like this time last year, I think it was like late October into November is when they were doing the transition to 3-minute shorts. If it was created before October 15th, so exactly a year ago, more or less, we just passed that 3 days ago. If it was before October 15, 2024, anything over a minute that was vertical would have still been treated as long form, and still is treated as long form because it was only videos uploaded on or after October 15 last year. So that could be what's happening. It could be just an older video. And so it's going to have like classic thumbnail because even though it was vertical and it was longer than 1 minute, it was treated as a long form video before October 15th. Oh, I'm thinking about the new clip feature to make a new video, I think. Yeah, there's a whole lot of bits and pieces popping up, and keeping track of it all is becoming a challenge. Okay, there's some conversations going on there. What I'm going to do is quickly, I'm going to scroll for a second. If I don't see a video that jumps out at me as being one that I've put a correction on, Is this one of them? Why have thousands of channels just got the community tab? And problem is I can't check it quickly because where are we? Ads. Okay. No, I want. Come on. Can you click on more? Tag products. Maybe this is one of them. Got chapters, got transcripts. No, this video doesn't have it. Bother. All right, if I don't see it, if I don't see one. Gifting? I'm hoping it's going to jump out at me. You know what? Doesn't matter. Let's talk about the new feature, Extend with AI, which is announced. Yeah, I was still. Yeah, I was looking for a video with that I did put corrections on just to show how it looks on mobile, but I couldn't figure it out. I don't remember. Okay, what I need to do is go. Now I tested this feature. Now basically what happens is it allows you to pick like a 5-second section from, say, a short. It can be for anybody's short. Now I found like one of Nick Nimmon's recent shorts, and so I went in and took 5 seconds from it, and then I went extend with AI, and now it gives you a prompt, an AI prompt that you can pick predetermined ones that it decides after scanning the video. And so I created this. Hang on. I should bring it up on the screen. That'd be helpful. And we should have audio coming through as well. You can see already it says extend scene because I've used the extend with AI. It's extended with AI from @NimmonExtra. So I found this video of Nick talking about whether you should use coaching.
So all the information that you need for the most part is freely and openly available on YouTube.
Now that whole lot, as soon as the music kicks in, that's the extent of AI.
Coaching. So all the information that you need for the most part is freely and openly available.
Now I also added that picture sticker, which is Brian G. Johnson and Nick Nimmon up in the corner. I just randomly added that because I wanted to add a sticker. So that's the extend with AI. Now I could probably demo it real quick so you can see what that looks like. So what I need to go is let's go to someone we know. Let's go to find the shorts in my subscription feed. Where are the shorts? There's the shorts. Here we go. Let's pick on Nick again.
What you want to think about when you're making thumbnails, and this goes for all of us, we got to think about clarity. How quickly and easily can somebody see this at a glance when it shows?
I'll pause it. You can see here the option extend with AI. So if I click on that.
What you want to think about when you're making thumbnails, and this goes for all of us.
Now what I've got to do is find the 5 seconds I want to use. And I happen to randomly get it real quick on that first one. Now I haven't listened through to see what he says, so I'm just gonna
feed when it shows up in the grid on a TV, when it shows this at a glance, when it shows up in their mobile feed. Somebody see this at a can somebody see this easily? Can somebody see this at a glance when it shows up in their mobile feed, when it shows up in the green easily? Can somebody see this? Can somebody see this at a glance when it shows up in their mobile feed? Can somebody see this at a glance when it shows up in the feed, when it shows up in the grid on a TV? Can somebody see this at a glance?
That'll do. So we're just picking 5 seconds. Now what it's doing is it's scanning and working out some prompts that it would like you to choose from, and it gives you quite a number, but they're presets, so you can't like make it do anything you want. You have to like pick a predetermined prompt. So we've got things like man holds comical oversized glasses on top of his regular glasses. Man suddenly wears a goofy hat and starts dancing funk. That could be interesting. Scene transforms into a disco with flashing lights. Man starts beatboxing into the microphone. That could be interesting. Man holds oversized magic wand and sparkling confetti erupts. Man starts juggling invisible balls. Man's hands hold a ventriloquist dummy that winks. That could be disturbing. Man puts an oversized headphones and starts headbanging. A flock of pigeons suddenly flies around the man's head. Confetti and inflated balloons fall from the top of frame. Okay, so I've already seen Larry say click goofy hat and dancing. That could certainly be one. The disco one could be, the beatboxing one could be interesting too, but I don't think it's actually going to have the audio for the beatboxing because it offers you music to put over top. Let's go with goofy hat. That was the first one recommended. Like this is just kooky. This isn't like, you're not doing serious content with this. This is like fun. This is like TikTok-y sort of fun type stuff. So it's not something that would be a serious tool that you could use for serious content. But if you're having a bit of fun, you know, socially, then this is who it's aimed at. This is aimed at the viewer who's making like fun throwaway content. This is directed at the creator, in my opinion. Okay. First thing it does, it starts playing it. Oh, it takes his glasses off. That's freaky. It doesn't even look like him without glasses on. That's crazy. That music can be changed. This is the same sort of music that it offered me before, so I don't know whether you can actually opt for no sound. Yeah, these are the same tracks it offered me earlier. So these must be picked for a particular reason. If I go no sound, that last section that's enhanced by AI isn't going to play anything, I don't think.
Can somebody see this at a glance when it shows up in their mobile feed, when it shows up in the grid?
Yeah, so if you don't put music on, it's just going to be like no sound. It's going to be pretty boring.
Can somebody see this at a glance when it shows up in their mobile feed?
Make one with that. That's just crazy. But that's what extended with AI does. It's very throwaway. And I wouldn't, if you're a professional creator and you're trying to make something serious.
What you want to think about when you're making...
That is not a feature. That's not a feature that you want to use. But that's what it looks like. That is what it looks like. Okay. First thing we're going to do is dive back into the chat. And while we dive back into the chat, I think it's worth mentioning this.
It's the last call.
Last call means it's your last chance to make a comment or ask a question, because we'll be wrapping things up really soon. Sending you over to Anemone Live, which is going live at 10 past the hour instead of right on 9. It'll be like 9:10 Eastern. So let's hit the comments here. Okay, there's some of the videos about corrections. Oh, there's a video where I use corrections. There we go. Nice. Larry says Doug doesn't make mistakes. None of his videos need corrections. It's usually, for me, it's usually YouTube changes something. So what I just said in a video a year ago or 2 years ago has changed. Actually, I remember now, some of the ones is where I'm talking about remixing, where when remixing first came out, it was a little button that looked like looked like something else, looked like a camera, I think. And it was called Create, not Remix or something. It was called something else, and they changed the remix. And it was called short sampling for a bit, but the feature was called Remix, so they've settled on Remix. And so it in my original video, the icon looked different, so I did a correction. So, all right, don't like it as well. Yeah, extend with AI, it's gimmicky. It's another gimmicky sort of AI short thing. Should only be allowed to do this to your own content, not others. Yeah, the thing is with shorts, when it comes to shorts, you can't opt out of remixing on shorts. You can limit it to audio remixing though, so there is that. So that could be effective. And if you delete that video, anybody who's remixed it, their video gets deleted as well. Yeah, so I couldn't extend with AI on like a regular video, I wouldn't imagine. Google can afford to reinvest resources into AI like this, but can't manage to get at in chat. That was Beanie. Welcome, Beanie. Yeah, true. But we know they've got many different teams, as we talked about earlier. They've got many different teams. Some are working on this other stuff. Maybe the people who should be working on that thing are being slack, or I don't know. But yes, can I bleach my eyes, please? It's like a fever dream. Yeah, that was particularly terrible. That was a particularly terrible one. I agree. It's a good thing I didn't save it. I backed it out, so it won't leave the light of day. But the one I created earlier as an example, I've got that unlisted on my channel right now. I'm not putting it up there. The same way I could save it is to upload it unlisted. Are the save it's here? Oh, there we are. Tish, there we are. Oh, I'm getting caught up on here. I can already predict the backlash videos for concerned YouTube. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I just see this throwaway sort of. These are tools for viewers who are doing their TikToky things, and it's not for serious creators who are making proper content, who are doing it the proper way. These are very very gimmicky. They're supposed to be fun, light. It might be a feature that I can use when defendants say stupid stuff. True. Yeah, I could see that on some, because I watch some of that sort of content, like courts and stuff, court cases and stuff, and yeah, you could meme the defendant who is obviously saying stupid stuff, as you say. Time to move over desktop, indeed. The clips video that it was too good to be true because it said that everyone would have access and we don't if we had an automatic language thing turned on. Weren't they supposed to fix that? Have they fixed that yet? I have to test. I'll test because I got some videos now that are auto dub. I'll see if I can clip them. I think they might have fixed it, but I'm not sure. My mistake was on a sponsored video. The brand caught something that was not important, and I caught the fact error. Indeed. Yeah, when it's a shorts basically, when you create a short on YouTube, you're basically giving away a little bit of those rights in terms of what people can do with your videos. Like with long form, you can turn sampling off or remixing off totally on long form, but with shorts you can't, because shorts have a different license. That's beyond the standard YouTube license. So you probably could do it on your own shorts. That's a good question. Let me have a quick look. Let's pick a short of mine. Let's go for one of my recent Mr. Beast ones. Click remix. No. No, but it has a use this template one, which I don't know what that does. But it doesn't have extended AI. Okay. Maybe it depends on the type of video. Let me find one of mine that's more of a talking head. Yeah, I did one of my own videos, extended AI. So yes, you can. Some videos, if it's showing a lot of screens and stuff where it's not like a subject, like a person on screen, then it's probably not going to show. Probably only ones that it detects a person where it can do the wacky stuff to somebody who's on there. That's what I'd say. That's my guess. The gimmick I'm not concerned about is serious creators who release shorts who get no say on others using this. That's kind of horrible. My recommendation is if you have any concerns about shorts getting remixed, then go into the setting and change it to audio only, because that'll very much limit any sort of visual stuff getting done. And people probably mostly won't remix something that they can't remix the video for. That clip video is where you use corrections. Oh yes, you are right. I did, and that was a fairly recent one in comparison. So let me go have a look. View my channel. I'm gonna have a look real quick. Videos, because clips wasn't that long. It was a few months ago. Clips, where are you, clips? Hang on. Oh, there it is. Pull it up on desktop. It's like which? Oh yeah, and I'm already at the spot where the feature shows up. So let me screen share. Let me turn off the. And again, oh no, let's get rid of the last call. When I hover over the screen, you see the I dot here. If I click on that, it takes you down here, and you can see under the chapters, there's a correction section here. And I've tagged it for 604. It says, it turns out that this bold statement by YouTube is false. Apparently, right now, you cannot clip videos of auto dub turned on. We'll attempt to get some clarity from YouTube on this, which I need to follow up on. So that's what it looks like on desktop. Sometimes you'll also get them showing up in the sidebar here. But right now, I'm getting recommended videos and shorts and stuff. But you sometimes will get it in the sidebar, depending on what device you're watching on. So yeah, there it is. So way too many hoops for people to jump through to see correction. Yeah, I agree. I reckon what it should do, if there is a correction, it should pop up the eye thing, but it should pop the correction up across the top of the screen. So there's a visual card. So it's like how it pops up the card and it shows you the title. Say you're linking to a video, another video. It's like, oh yeah, check this video up here in the corner. And it pops the name of the video for a few seconds and disappears. It should do the same with the correction. Pop the actual correction out. But maybe measure the time it stays out depending on how long it is. So it gives people time to read it. But I think that would be a better way. Showing it underneath. Yeah, if people don't know it's down there, they're never going to see it. They're never going to see it. So I agree. What I'd like to say now is I want to thank everyone for joining me today. Yeah, Nick Dimmon's about 14. Nick and Dee are 14 minutes away. So I need to stop, reset, and get ready to mod for the first time in a couple of weeks. While Nick's been away at Vid Summit, he's back. We've got Nimmin Live. Don't know how jet lagged he is, but we'll see when we get there. Might be a short show. We don't know. So make sure that you stick around. Oh, I haven't redirected. You know what? I haven't redirected because the stream wasn't up when I set this in motion. So let me do that. I don't want people to miss out, get lost on the way over. I'm sure most people here won't. but no, it's not showing up either. Nick. Oh. I saw it and it disappeared. There it is. Let me save that. All right, we're redirecting now to Nick Nimmin. So make sure I'll see you in the chat over there, and tell them that Doug sent you in the pre-stream. But I'll catch you this time next week. So I will.